Okay, so I'm going to just get you started on this unit circle activity. I'm not going to go through how to complete the entire thing, just kind of some basic directions. I did also post written instructions that you should be reading through prior to starting this. So you should have all of your materials at this point. The very first thing that you are going to want to do is flatten out your paper plate as much as you can. If you have some heavy books later on to kind of stick it in between to flatten it out, that helps. But it will flatten out as you use it and as you put it between books and things. Make sure that you're using the back, like the back side or the bottom. Don't use the shiny side. Some of the markers will run. So use the paper side and flatten this out. Okay, so you're going to take your paper plate, which is going to be your unit circle, and the first thing that you are going to want to do is fold it in half. Basically to create your X and Y axis. So fold it in half one way and then fold it in half the other way so that those creases match up so that you make a nice X and Y axis. And also as you fold it, it will flatten out as well. All right, so then what you're going to do, and if you don't have a black marker, either share with a neighbor or just a dark color will do. It doesn't necessarily have to be black. All right, so take your straight edge and you are going to basically go over those folds. And I'm just suggesting you use a dark color because you'll have several other colors on your unit circle. It just makes it helpful to have a dark color to kind of stand out for your axes. Actually, I'm gonna extend those out past the little circle part. So then I'll go ahead and label, this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, and then I'll go ahead and label this is 0 degrees, 360 degrees, up here is 90 degrees, 180, and 270. So in black, you have your basically big four. The other thing that I would suggest you put on here are the quadrants. So quadrant 1, 2, 3. And I would do that outside of the circle because that part is what's going to become your unit circle. And 4. I would also put your all students take calculus. I mean, you guys pretty much know that by now, but just a reminder. And just for a reference, all students take calculus on there. And then the other thing, this is kind of up to you whether you want to do this or not. I'll kind of show you some of my old examples. If you want to go over that circle with your black marker, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine as well. But I am going to bring out at least those 4 coordinates around your unit circle. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the coordinates of those 4 points. So this is 1, 0, 0, 1, -1, 0, and 0, -1. Now, we have spent several class periods kind of building up to this. We talked a couple times ago, actually last time, about how we always use cosine to get your x coordinate and we always use sine to get your y coordinate. So you guys are going to have to understand how to read your unit circle. Meaning if I'm going to ask you, let's say, sine of 90 degrees, you go to where 90 degrees is, and you have to understand that sine is the y value. So sine of 90 degrees is 1, etc. All right, so the next thing that you guys are going to do is, and you can either use a protractor or you can fold it, but what you're going to do, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you my next example. I'm not going to actually do it. But what you guys are going to do is start with your 30-degree angle, and I'm going to choose some color. It looks like I actually used a protractor and really made this measured out well. So you're going to find your 30-degree angle. And then you can, from there, you can just extend that in both ways. You can reflect it over the other way. Basically, what you're doing is you're going around the unit circle and you're drawing in 30 degrees and its reflections. And then what you can do, and this is in your notes if you pull up that note sheet, these values, so you don't have to like calculate them or look them up. So at 30 degrees, at that point on the unit circle, the ordered pair is radical 3 over 2, 1/2. You might also notice that that's an ordered pair in your chart, okay? In your chart. From there, to get the other ordered pairs, notice that this is a reflection over the y-axis. You should remember from geometry, a reflection over the y-axis changes the sign of the x-coordinate, and so on. Again, all of these values are in your notes, so you can get it from there. But you should have one color for the 30-degree angle and its reflections, okay? Then what you're going to do is a very similar thing for 45 degrees and its reflections, and then 60 degrees and its reflections. So what you should end up when you're done is a complete unit circle, okay? Don't worry at this point about these numbers. We have yet to talk about what that is, so don't worry about that. All I want you to do is get your coordinates in there. The other thing that I suggest that you do, this unit circle does not have the tangent values on it, but I would suggest that you put the tangent values on the inside of each point because you're going to want to be able to refer to those tangent values as well. So remember, cosine is the x-coordinate, sine the y. You want that tangent value on the inside, okay?